Lois Butler. On behalf of Butler Furniture Depot and staff, we would like to thank everyone for a blessed year and wish all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Stay encouraged and be blessed.
You got it. The Joy Network.
What's up? What's up? And yo! What's up? How y'all doing, everybody? This is your boy, D&D Django. And we are here again with another episode of the Devil's Advocate. How's everybody doing this morning? I guess we are stuck again in the season of November. You don't know if it want to be winter or early fall or whatever it wants to be. How you doing today, folks? I want to thank everybody for joining us in. Hey, oh Lord, Desiree, Denise, how you doing, love? How you doing, my man Mike? We are joined in today. We're getting ready to go and kick this off. And let me see who I got over here with me. Let me see what I got there. Let's see what I got. Oh, look who's over here on the Skype in the undisclosed location. This Miss Woke. How you doing there? Hey, Nisha, how you doing, darling? Hey, Conrad, what's up, baby?
Good, love. How you doing this morning?
I'm good today, Miss Woke. How you doing today?
I'm cold, man.
Right.
They know what it want to be in Nashville. It want to be cold.
Watch what you say. Watch what you say. You might lose a slot, but watch what you say. So how you doing today, everybody? I want to thank y'all for joining us. And we're going to just go do a little shout out to Head Sanford. He down there in Dallas. Hey, what's up, kids? How you doing, darling? He's down there in Dallas. You know, I guess he's kicking it down there. You know, he might grow some hair when he come back, but we're going to wait and see what's going on with that. Hey, Nisha, how you doing, love? And where your drunk husband at? And he supposed to be up here. Anyway. Up here, Nisha, hey, good morning. Like, we tell your drunk husband, he might be laid out in the alley somewhere. But, anywho, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Oh, and let me take a minute to shout out to the man on the Wheels of Steel. He grows hair, but he keeps cutting his off. And that's our elder statesman, the angry black man, or should I say the angry melanated gentleman. Mr. Super Dave, what's going on, baby boy?
Good afternoon, ladies and germs.
What up, Super Dave?
I'm here.
Hey, look at this. He's calm today. Do I need to
I feel good. I just booked my trip to Hawaii, so I'm.
Oh, you're going to Hawaii?
Yeah. So.
What was it? Nice.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah. Yes, he's going to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Hey, Roddy.
Feeling
the
good.
Blue Horizon.
New Year's Eve in Hawaii is going to be a blast.
Oh, I know it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, he's smiling today. Well, he's not angry. Don't worry, I'm going to fix that in about 5 minutes. Wait. So, everybody, for those of y'all joining us, I want to thank everybody for joining us again. We're going to take a minute to shout out to our new mayor-elect, Mr. Frank Scott Jr. I am so proud of this young brother.
Can we get some sound effects?
That's right. Yep. Hey, Deborah, I want to thank him. We have a first elected black mayor in Little Rock. And that goes to show you what happens, people, when we get out and vote.
Yes,
when you
indeed.
Get your black rear ends out and vote.
Indeed. I'm so happy.
Oh,
even though I'm not
Deborah.
in Little Rock anymore, I'm so super happy that he won.
Yes.
I tell you, Arkansas stood up this year
Yeah,
because
we
had
didn't get
mayors
A
elected
Saturday.
throughout the state.
Well, we didn't get A Saturday. That was the problem.
He's
still here. But you know what?
You can't win them all.
But this young, powerful brother is now doing his thing here in Little Rock. Frank Scott. I hate we didn't get a chance to get you on the show before you got a chance to get before we had the runoff election. But congratulations to you. I really expect you to be doing some great things here in the city of Little Rock. Hey, Big D. And hopefully everything will be.
Isaiah.
Yeah, we're going to chuck it on along. Black folks stood up. We stood up. So, anywho, and let me tell you something, black folks. I don't want to see no more arguing on Facebook. Hey, look, Tamika. I don't want to see no more arguing on Facebook. He's not the first black mayor. I don't want to hear it. See, black folks, we the only folk. We the only black folk. Black folk. Hey, Marcus, we the only folk will come up here and argue on Facebook about nothing.
Right.
Did we not do that? I mean,
Yes.
now he got like, I mean, and look, and I understand people trying to get the get it clear and not misconstrued and all that and stuff, but just celebrate basket and biscuitery for a second. But I will say this, and I will say this. Okay, black folk, for all y'all people out here that was up in the photo ops, and I had a lot of my friends in the photo op, get out here and help this brother make change. Don't just be in the photo op.
Absolutely.
Don't be up here trying to be a part of history. That was great even with Barack Obama, but get out here and help this brother make positive change for this city. Can we do that?
Agreed.
Can we do
Hey,
that?
Sean. Hey, Greg.
Yep. Don't be up here cheesing and stuff. Be cheesing.
Hey, Arlene.
Yeah, he's gonna be. Well, y'all, they want to get me started this morning, so we're gonna get started this morning. Mia, you go ahead and tell them. Are you on? Are you on your live this morning? Or do
I am on.
You on your live? Them colonizers watching. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it. What is today's topic, darling? Because this is the one you thought of. We're gonna go ahead and roll with it. Hello? Oh, Lord, we just lost Mia. Mia? Oh, my goodness. Hold on, so we have operator error. Just bear with us just a second. I'm going to try to call her back. Please, operators, be standing by. Just 1 second. Oh, my God, we lost Skype. Okay. Well, Mia, if you can still hear me on your live, we might have to have you call into the show so we could go and get. Is that her? I lost my co-host. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, while we're doing it, Mia, if you can hear the sound of my voice, go ahead and call us in at 855-525-5683. And we're going to have to go ahead and just let you run a live from there. Somehow we lost her Skype. We lost her. I think the colonizers, it might have been President Trump trying to do this, trying to stifle us. But anywho, today's topic we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be about politically correct speech. We have been having an issue with that all over the country, it seems. That's been a new phenomenon that's been going on, and we've just been trying to figure that out. So for those of you guys that realize, there's been some things that have come up in the news lately about freedom of speech, correct speech, going a little too far on politically correct speech. We've had some issues, and I think the most glaring one was with Kevin Hart. For those of you guys that don't know, Kevin Hart had just recently was supposed to be hosting the Oscars. Hey, Mike, how you doing there, bro? And he was supposed to be hosting the Oscars, and for some reason, some old tweets and some old information came up about some homophobic tweets and stuff that he did, I guess, before. I don't know whether it was when he got famous or right before he got famous. And ouch, ouch, ouch. Oh, wait a minute. I think that's Mia trying to reach us in. She said, hold on, what happened? Okay, Mia, well, hold on, baby. We're trying to get you back on. Hold on, sweetie. What we're going to do, we're going to reset our system, guys. We're going to take us a quick break. We're going to try to get Mia back, and then we will be right back right here. Devil's Advocate. Just hold tight. All right, okay. How y'all doing? We are back, guys. Right again on Devil's Advocate. I want to sorry for the technical difficulties. You know, black folk equipment, you know. It's like, you know, when you go to the wing shop and black folks always frying chicken in last week's grease. Okay. Hey, Brenda, how you doing? Well, thank you for listening. Hope you won't be this won't be your only time listening in. Mia, you back, darling?
I'm back.
Well, then good. I'm glad you back.
You hang up in my face.
I ain't hang. That's your Obama phone. Didn't I tell you to put minutes on it with your black? Boy, look, don't make me start today. But black folks done did it too much. But go ahead and go and tell everybody what we've been talking about. We've been talking about Cliff. I kind of endo it in until we lost you. We got you back. But always remember, hey, D, how you doing, love? Remember to call in next time that happens with Skype. See, that's what happens. See, I told you, Obama phones, look. Anyway, go ahead and tell everybody what you got going on.
Okay, so mainly what we're going to be talking about this day is politically correct gone amok.
It's gone amok, hasn't it?
It's gone amok.
It's gone amok with the politically correct speech.
Yes. This morning we learned that Kevin Hart is no longer going to be hosting the Oscars.
Right.
Because of some comments that he made back in 2009 and 2011 via Twitter. And all week we've been hearing about different issues in terms of what's fair to say, what's okay to say. For example, number one, Rudolph apparently is homophobic. The movie
Rudolph is homophobic.
Sexist.
Rudolph. Hold on, the little red-nosed, little fluffy little deer. The
red-nosed reindeer is homophobic and sexist.
Oh, they just ruined my childhood.
They did. And wait, there's more.
Rudolph is he's homophobic.
There's more. Baby, it's cold outside.
It's cold outside, baby.
It is indeed cold outside.
It's cold outside.
But that promotes.
But it is cold outside. Okay, what you trying to say?
It promotes the rape culture, man. You didn't know? You didn't know?
What is cold outside is what? Is racist.
No, cold outside is not racist. Cold outside promotes a rape culture.
Oh, it's cold outside promotes a rape culture. It does?
I really should go. Baby, it's cold outside.
Where my booze on here? Hey, y'all, it's cold outside.
It's cold outside.
Cold outside,
and my mom
baby.
said that's one of her. My mom was like livid about that when she said that's her favorite little winter song.
Because it's cold outside.
Mama.
Didn't Bobby Womack sing that? When it's cold
my mama
outside.
is a hot mama. So, I'm not surprised
your
that's
mom
her
was a
favorite
hot mama?
song.
What your mama look like?
My mom is gorgeous.
Can you send me a picture of her? Anyway.
I'm not. You're not going to be lusting after my mama. Absolutely not.
You send me a picture. Oh, okay.
Ain't.
But Bobby Womack. So Bobby Womack is a rapist?
Well, he promoting. Was that Bobby Womack saying that?
He said that's what he said.
Who
are you holding tonight?
But at any rate, it's
honestly my beer. But what's going on? Hey, Francis.
And I hate to beat a dead horse. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot I can't say beat a dead horse because guess what? That's the same as racism.
Oh, beating a dead horse is racism?
That's racism.
So we horses now. That we tigers? What black folks is horses? Hold on, wait a minute. Let me reboot this because I got to understand. Is there something wrong with my mental? So, maybe I got dropped on my head too much when I was little.
Come through, Django. Tell me what you think about it.
Let me ask Dave about this because I'm trying to wrap my head around. Okay, first of all, Rudolph was homosexual. Oh no, he was homophobic.
No, he was homophobic.
Okay, he was homophobic. He's
homophobic.
Well, he did kind of have that little squeaky voice, so you never know. Somebody might have been playing with his acorns.
I don't know if it was Rudolph that was actually homophobic. I want to say maybe it was Donner. It was one of the reindeer that was being homophobic.
Okay, what's up, Andy? So Rudolph was kind of like he was homophobic. So what about the little elf? Because now what you're telling me is that Santa didn't provide no dental care for his elves when he was working them like some slaves. See, that's some racist stuff right there, too. See, I don't like that.
Working them like
he up here trying to be a dentist because Santa don't even provide no dental insurance. See, now you see why we need Obamacare and pre-existing conditions and all that good stuff. He up here, I want to study to be a dentist. So hold on, let me see if I can get Dave in on this because Head Sanford, he down there trying to grow some hair in Dallas. Let me ask him. And Nikki, she out on the beach and on some boat out there. She on the Love boat somewhere.
Per usual.
Hey, Nikki. Yeah, that was she on the Jewel of the Seas. Nikki G is on the Jewel of the Seas. Okay, hold on, Dave, talk to us, bro. Is politically correct speech kind of getting like way out of hand at this point?
There's another one called.
Wait, I can't hear Dave.
There's another one called Black Holes.
It's bring home the bacon. You can't bring home the bacon.
I can't bring home the bacon.
No, Peter,
the sausage.
And fried up in the pan, and never, ever, ever, ever let you forget you a man, because I'm a woman.
Well, you can't say that anymore.
You can't say Angelique no more.
And Angelique.
Yeah, sing it.
Oh, they said something. There's something wrong with Charlie Brown.
What's wrong with Charlie Brown?
I don't forget. I saw that one.
Charlie Brown didn't let Franklin sit on their side of the table.
Right. He didn't let Franklin sit on the side of the table.
Yeah. So
that was racist.
And so, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
but here's my point. Do people go around looking for stuff like this? Is this the kind of culture that we become now? That we looking for the boogeyman in like every corner of society? I don't think anybody's had any misconceptions about Charles Schulz ever being racist. I don't think even heard anything to that contrary. Actually, I heard he was kind of socially mobile with the way he portrayed the Peanuts, because he was one of the first person that didn't have an issue with bringing black characterization into the cartoons. But I mean, I'm just trying to understand. Bringing home, so you can't bring home bacon and you can't fry it up in the pan. Hey, pass that. What are you doing? You can't. So,
and I'm sure if I'm saying I'm gonna make you feel like a man, that's probably something. That's probably an outrage of some sort.
Yes, I mean, it's just retarded. That ruining our childhood. We can't even now get to enjoy.
I will tell you this, Django. Mm-hmm. I'm not quite sure how, in all the outrage, nobody has said that Pepe Le Pew truly was.
He was a little rapist, wasn't he? He was a rapist. I think I heard this song. Now, don't ask me how I heard this song. It's called "Back to You" by Selena Gomez. That was Justin Bieber's old little bang tail, as you want to call it.
I'm gonna have to turn my volume down on you, because they'll mute me out if you play music.
But what's up, man?
That's why you stay in Facebook jail.
Exactly. And she sings this song where she says, "I want to hold you when I'm not supposed to." Right. Now I'm like, hold on. I'm listening and analyzing these lyrics, and I'm like, isn't that sexual assault when a woman says, "I want to hold," or stalkerish? But
right.
Yeah, I want to hold you.
It's stalkified.
How you hold somebody when you're not supposed to?
Well, listen, I think that we have let the pendulum swing way too far.
Right.
There are times that you absolutely should be outraged, but rolling back history and saying, is it appropriate or is it promoting a sexist or a racist agenda? There are some things that truly are. I think that when you're talking about like the Confederate flag, for example,
right,
that makes people feel a certain type of way,
right,
and folks don't want to see it. It really makes you feel like, it brings up thoughts of the Klan and things of that nature. But when you're trying to equate beating a dead horse or something like that to racism, it's an insult to people who are truly impacted and affected by racism. When you're saying the song "Baby It's Cold Outside" is bad, yet you have misogynistic lyrics in every music across every genre. People love to talk about rap, but it's not just rap. Country music, everything other than perhaps gospel. I don't think that that's I don't think that that's misogynistic, but
right,
almost every other genre of music, you have something that would, make you feel a certain type of way. And so why dig this song up? That's just crazy to me. I mean, look at Sesame Street. Now, you know how they treated Oscar the Grouch.
What's up, Keith? How you doing, bro?
So they're treating Oscar the Grouch horribly. And he's clearly homeless. So did that teach us to treat homeless people bad? Where's that music coming from?
That day he messing with you right now. That's what it is. That's where all that music coming from.
Well, you don't get muted out. I'm telling you.
Baby, it's cold outside.
It's cold outside.
Cold outside.
I wanted to play the
song.
Bobby Womack version.
I don't care about y'all. Hey, well, if that's the case, well, me and Mrs. Jones. What about
Thank
that
you.
song?
Thank you.
I mean,
They got a
it's
thing going
serial
on.
cheating and
it's really. I mean, look. What about Orange Juice Jones?
I saw you walking.
You know,
I saw you. What about Whitney Houston?
you know.
Saving all my love for you.
So I'm just saying. So I
Secret
think
Lovers.
it's gotten Secret Lovers exactly.
Yeah.
Reunited with the Peaches and Herb. Like, you
Yeah.
can go on and on
Reunited
and
was
on.
one.
So you could go on and on and on about. I mean, I tell you what. What about the Isley Brothers and some of the stuff that they sing?
Yeah, boy.
What about what about
Y'all-
Prince?
They better
Think about Prince.
Dirty Minds.
Dirty Minds. When we're dancing nice and slow. What about? I mean, you go on and on and on. So
Right.
Right.
I mean, it's getting ridiculous, and I think everybody has to be the judge of or as far as what they think is or is not misogynistic. But at the end of the day, we need to stop some of this silliness, okay? And I think there are people who are trying to conflate racism
Right.
with every other little thing that they think should be done. I mean, look, classic example of this. There are states that give dogs equal or more rights than human beings.
Yep.
I mean, are you serious here? I think about if you not to open up a can of worms, but think about when they went with Michael Vick. I mean, Michael Vick got more time for dog fighting than there were people who were killing and raping and everything else. So I think society has to be the judge on what is morally right. But then we also need to be aware of not to go to the extreme. And that's what's happening right now. Everybody's going to the extreme. Next, they'll be telling us that we can't kill mice that's in our house. But
Peter
then,
would already
that's right.
tell you you
They're
can't
already
kill
telling you
mice in your
that.
house.
Right.
Exactly.
Right, 3 blind mice. That's what happened. They got away. So listen. Well, I'm just saying. Okay,
No,
let's
you
just
can't
be
say
real.
three blind mice because that's discriminating against people with.
That's right. With visually
disability.
impaired. Okay, look, let's just be real about everything. How did all the advent of politically correct speech start? And let's just be real. It started back in the 90s with the thing that was first known as spin. Remember that? Spin. Spin doctoring. Spin this. And basically what spin was is that you took a bad situation and you tried to find a way to spin it to a positive light.
Right.
Now today we call those things alternate facts, but that's how it is metamorphosized. But what it is that people have tried to find ways to spin things, and it's just like, okay, and I'm gonna say this. I know I'm gonna hurt some feelings here, but that's me. I'm an habitual line stepper. So
You are.
what happened is, okay, let's just go here. You remember back in the day, if a big girl said, "Hey, do I look cute in this?" No, you might need to hit the Stairmaster. Nowadays, you can't do that because that's called, what is it? Shaming. Remember that?
Fat shaming. Right.
Yeah, fat shaming. Women can't go up here and put their posteriors on the sink anymore and take selfies because that's called slut shaming.
Right.
Okay, so what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is that they have a name for everything. And now it's gotten to a point that people are basically, and look, I hate to sound like I'm agreeing with the Trump support. People become snowflakes. They melt down.
I know.
They melt down on every little thing that is said. And, and as a reformed BBW lover in these rooms, and I see it.
What's a BBW?
Big beluga whale. No, I mean big beautiful woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for the biggins, as a reformed watcher of those rooms, I had to sit around here and I had to get out the room because those women sit around here and I mean, and look, I understand it's okay to love yourself, it's okay, but I mean, I'm sorry, sister, you need to do a little bit more to Slim Fast, a little bit more to treadmill, and a little bit less of trying to show me your nasty house.
They gonna come and get you.
Yeah, but they might. Well, I don't care because they know better. They know better.
I didn't say.
And I don't even look.
I want to go on record.
No,
right
no,
now
hold on.
saying
And look, it ain't nothing wrong with being a big girl.
Doe.
But if I gotta look at your house and see shoes and clothes on your floor, mind your surroundings. Mind your surroundings.
True that.
You can put your butt on the sink, but you can't clean your house
But
up.
that's not what you were saying at first. Now, I will say this.
Oh, here you go.
For years and years and years and years, Monique talked so much trash
Oh, yes, she
about
did.
skinny women. she made her career off of dogging out skinny girls, skinny women, and now she's lost some weight, and she says she's out here living her best life, which is fine. But I thought we were the devil. I thought we were evil.
Well, look, it's the same thing with. Look, let's just be real about the nature of human beings. People love to malign the rich, but people love to have money and be rich. Mm-hmm. People always try to say, well, the rich people this. And it's not so much about people not wanting to be rich. It's that people know that when people tend to get rich, people become oblivious to other people. Well, so in other words, I got mine, you get yours. So people always say that. People always want to sit around here. Monique was only saying that because Monique wasn't trying to lose no weight. That's why she sat around here with trying to dog out skinny women. Nothing wrong with that.
I get it, but I'm not her fan. Like I have
I'm not a fan of her either. But I mean, and it had nothing to do with what went on with the show. I haven't been a fan of her since I met her because
I don't care about no Monique.
No, I ain't no fan of Monique. I never really have.
Don't make me not a bit of difference.
Not a difference.
Not a difference.
Not a difference. But and that's what I'm talking about. She's up in maligned. All these skinny chicks. Next thing I know, she looked up. She done got small head, all big. I'm like, oh, so you gon' and then the minute she had a problem, then she started going off on everybody. The minute that she started basically harpooning. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me not say that. I don't want to fat shame. Then she started scuttling her career. Is the minute she started going off on everybody. I'm like, hold on. You don't remember when you sat around here? And look, I will even say this even to a point with Kevin Hart. Remember when Kevin Hart was going around here saying that people need to keep, don't let your political views or your personal views mess up your money? Remember when he said that?
Well, I do recall him saying that.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah, he did that.
I do. And, honestly, it has nothing to do with me being a fan or foe of Kevin Hart. I really was sick of him, just tired of hearing the sound of his voice. So I didn't care about him one way or another.
So you're indifferent to Kevin Hart?
I really am.
Okay.
And I know, girls, y'all can come for me on this one too. I'm tired of hearing Tiffany Haddish's voice. But that's just me. And I want them to be successful. I want them to get their money. I want them to get whatever they want. Just me personally, I'm kind of tired of hearing the sound of their voice.
Yeah, but kind of like Cardi B. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I've had my fill. But having said that, I think that when you get to a place where you go back 10 years and then have a problem with something, because Don Lemon got all over me with his little video saying, you need to come and talk to me and I can show you how to apologize and make you understand what you've done. Kevin Hart had already apologized.
Right.
Way back for what he said. So why are we talking about this again now? Because he's getting ready to host the Oscars when his career over the last 10 years has skyrocketed in spite of what he said on Twitter. And not only that, he's a comedian.
Right.
When did comedians start?
Right, when the comedian can't offend anymore. Because I don't know about you, but Richard Pryor said the N-word in his skits all the time.
All the time.
So,
not only that, Bernie Mac right now, they would censure him. If he, God rest his soul, that was my boo right there.
Yeah, that was Bernie.
Would censure Bernie Mac.
I ain't scared of you, mom. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
He was talking about beating the bricks off of his kids. You know they were coming for him.
Yeah, you know they would come for him in this society. And look, let's just be real. And look, my people, my progressive and my liberal and my somewhat radical friends, we're going to have to understand this because this is, and my hyper feminists, we're going to have to understand this. And my woke folk, I'm going to go with the fake woke folk. So don't be coming for me, Mia.
You know,
we ain't little no more. I can't fight you. Come on.
So put us in that group. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. We're going to have to stop. We're going to have to stop being, how can I say it? Okay. Let me rephrase. Let me, like you say in court, let me retort. We're gonna have to stop with this being overly sensitive about every little thing that is said. We're gonna have to stop getting to the point. Even and I'm not giving Donald Trump support as a fan. This is how we ended up with Donald Trump.
And this is how you're gonna keep Donald Trump.
Nah, we ain't keeping him.
I'm telling you.
You still want to bet because I want my lobster with drawn butter. I want my lobster tail with drawn butter when you lose. But this is what I'm saying, sweetie. When we sit around here and you want to call now, look, and I agree with what Dave said. Hey, Jen, what's up, dog? What Dave said last week. If we have a disagreement about politics, we have to come to the table that we both equal and we just have differences in political views, right? So with that argument, and that's more people who are more moderate, I will argue and we'll sit down and we can argue about our differences in political opinion. You understand what I'm saying? And we can come to a common ground. We can both sit around here and say, okay, yeah, I agree. Hey, Courtney, we can sit around and say, yeah, I agree that unbridled immigration is a threat to the country. But we need to find a kinder, gentler, and more legal way to get these people in our country instead of sitting around here being xenophobic and, yeah, they got diseases and they criminals. No, we don't do that because there was once upon a time when we were in that position. Well, okay, white folks.
No, we weren't ever in that position.
No, we were never in that position. The black folks are the only true immigrants because we were brought here against our will. We were forced immigrants. Okay?
We were kidnapped victims.
Right. The colonized, they invaders. Yeah, I said it. Now, how about that? Somebody want to come for me, you come for me. So my thing about it is that at one point, all of us were in that position. So my thing about it is we have to sit down and say, okay, look, I'm not going to demonize this person or that person because one point I was in that position. Okay, so when people sit around here and you come up here and you can only refer to the opposite side as an idiot, a fool, a freak, a deplorable, this is how you get people. See, and what happens is now people, when they feel that they're being bombarded about their views, they don't even talk anymore. You know what they do? They go in the voting booth where nobody has to judge them and they make their choices. See what I'm saying? That's what they do. How are you going to sit around here and talk to somebody if every way you start from the notion is that the other person is an idiot? Now, if that other person is being unreasonable, like the true Trump zombie, these cultists that drink the cult 45, as I call it, then, yeah, we don't have nothing to say because those people are not going to believe facts anyway. So there's no way you can reach them. You can't reach them.
Are we just gonna sit right here and not talk about the fact that Smurfette was there with all of those men?
Oh, she was getting,
like,
come on, ride this train.
Are we just gonna pretend like Smurfette was the only woman with a million little blue Smurfs men walking around?
Yeah, somebody told me that. And then Papa Smurf was, you sure did.
Papa Smurf running everything.
Dirty old
Smurfette. Yeah. You gotta be kind to everybody.
Gotta be kind.
Everybody up in Smurfette's house.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know if we need to talk about it because I don't want to slut shame.
Right.
But why was Smurfette the only girl there? Why?
Yep. Yeah. And all them. So what were those guys eunuchs and stuff? Because they didn't. How many Smurfs was she around? Like about 20 of them.
Exactly.
And she was the only female. Ooh, I bet it was a hot time on Saturday night.
Smurf, listen.
What?
My friend Kim just said Smurfette was the GOAT.
Smurfette was the GOAT. Then she need to come to my house. Then she's the GOAT.
All of those dudes on her own.
If she the GOAT, she need to come to my spot. Like now, she need to come get to my house. If she the GOAT. Yeah. So my thing about it is right, and see, these are little things. Now look. There are differences between that and, let's say, Disney cartoons and even old Warner Brother cartoons. Because clearly, I don't know what cartoons, I don't know about you. Don't get me wrong, I used to love the old Bugs Bunny cartoons. I mean, the one back in the 40s, 50s, you know what I'm saying, the good one. Mm-hmm. But the fact about it was they were a lot of racist elements in them. And I didn't realize, let me tell you something.
You didn't notice them.
No, I'm real, this is real spit. I did not realize till I moved down here from New York, and when growing up in New York, how they had edited a lot of those cartoons because of the offensive content in them. But I'll never forget. I came down here one summer to be with my grandmother from New York. My mama used to send us down here. And I came down here, and I saw an unedited cartoon that I had always grown up watching in New York. So I watched the cartoon, and they didn't edit out the racist part. With Yosemite Sam in it. This is the one where the typical Yosemite Sam trying to catch Bugs Bunny. Mm-hmm. And then they do an edit part. They do an edit part where Bugs Bunny comes out as Abraham Lincoln and says, you know how Bugs Bunny would sit around, put on these little costumes and get into character. And he says, what is this I hear about you whipping slaves?
He was cross-dressing a lot.
And I'm like, right. And I'm like, wait a minute, whoa. I'm like, I didn't see this growing up in New York because New York, they wasn't going to do that. But down here, I saw that. And I'm like, wow, this is the whole unedited version of the cartoon. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is that a lot of these old cartoons, they had racist elements in it. Blackface and shoeshine. Tom and Jerry had the same thing. The black maid. Remember the black maid you never saw, but she was always the big ones, wasn't she?
Right.
And she always was violent, always trying to put her hands on folks. Always whooping on the cat. And then they had the black maid.
I said at the top of the show,
Right.
I remember being a child watching Pepe Le Pew and not really thinking that much of it. Right. But as an adult, I looked at Pepe Le Pew and I was like, come on. Right. You talking about say no. How many times did the little cat say no?
Right.
Like, really?
Well, the idea of Pepe Le Pew was, one, he was supposed to be the hopeless romantic. Number two, he was trying to be consistent and persistent in getting the girl that didn't want him.
Just taking it, Django. You can't just take it.
Yeah, no. But you got to remember, in that culture back then, that was acceptable for men at that time to kind of.
Wait a minute.
What?
Okay. Y'all mentioned Monique, right?
Hold on.
Y'all mentioned Monique, right?
Okay, what about Monique?
What was Monique's show on TV?
I don't remember.
What the Monique show? What was it? What was that show? Did I even watch her show?
She was on a show with. She was always chasing the professor.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute. Was that girl? No, was that girlfriend's? No. Who's the gay professor? Oh, I'm sorry, not him. But who never wanted Monique? Yeah.
But the point being is that show was, in my opinion, really offensive because Monique basically stalked this man, and because he was a guy. They made millions of dollars, got millions of laughs off of it.
Right.
But when you go back and look at that show, if we want to be politically correct.
Professor Ogletree, yep.
What exactly. So what's the difference in what Monique did on her show and what you're talking about today?
I hear a hyper-feminist argument coming up, but...
I'm just asking a question.
Well, I agree. There was a double standard.
There is a double standard. It's not a was to it. There's a double standard when you want to talk about sexual harassment from a male point of view as opposed to a female point of view. So
I don't disagree with you, Dave, that there is a double standard in terms of harassment. But let me tell you this, there's also a double standard in terms of perception, because if a woman goes out and dates multiple men, then she's going to be looked at in a certain type of way. And nobody looks at a man that type of way. They just don't. So there's double standards all over the place, whether it is hyperfeminism, masculinity, it doesn't matter. It's going to be times where it's that way on either side of the coin. But the reality of it is there are so many things that we watch now with a different eye, because we're recognizing it and saying, hey, it's so many shows now that I watch that I am uncomfortable with because it's so stereotypical that I'm just uncomfortable with the stereotype.
Really?
Because if it's a black woman, usually in a show, she's always this sassy kind of character, or hand snapping, just over the top,
like Kevin Hart.
Caricature of what a black woman is. If it's a black man on there, he's a caricature of what a black man is. Gay people the same way. It's a caricature of who they are. It's not really who we are.
It's not who we are, because we're not
any
monolithic.
of that stuff that you watch, you like, kind of uncomfortable with that.
Right.
Really, I don't like it.
So let me read you the new politically correct things for animals. Stop using anti-animal language. Anti-animal language.
Okay.
Instead of saying kill two birds with one stone, feed two birds with one scone.
Man, boy, bye. Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, who thinks this? Who thinks this up?
Be the guinea pig. Instead of saying be the guinea pig, say be the test tube. Instead of saying beat a dead horse, say feed a dead horse, or feed a horse.
Feed a horse instead of feed a horse.
Instead of saying bring home the bacon, bring home the bagels.
You know what? No, because them Jews gonna get offended by that.
And then last but not least,
can't do that.
Take the bull by the horns.
Take the bull by the horns.
Take the flower by the thorns. So there you go.
You know what? I'm pretty sure the people who thought of that whole nonsense are truly sexually frustrated weathermen. Because there's no way people can.
Why would you say that about weathermen?
Now I'm offended weathermen.
So
now. Okay,
the man with no name just said, "Well, what about the tree huggers? If you take the thorn, The flower by the thorns.
Wait a minute, I hear him back there. Why? See, he's offending the people that want to be kept in witness protection. So why you got to be all hiding an enemy, bro?
Right.
Yeah.
And then why are you picking on people who have to have babies via in vitro fertilization? Why you don't call that a test tube?
Why you mess with black people? Because we like pork.
Why we mess with black people because we like pork now? Right. You just discriminating against the poor pigs around the country. Bacon is yummy. But anyway, I'm just saying, you know, it's we've gotten to the point in this society that we nincompoop, micromanage, and nitpick every little single thing. And it's gotten to the point now it hadn't been fun. That's why one of my favorite shows from the 90s, beside Martin, was Married with Children. With Married with Children. I used to love Al Bundy and the children. Why? Because he was one of the first people to speak out against politically correctness with no ma'am and stuff like that. Because that was the argument back in the 90s that a lot of these sitcoms were trying to pay attention to, was the burgeoning need for overly politically correct. Remember, he used to come in there, well, a fat woman walked into the store today, right? And it wasn't that he was necessarily saying that to just be offensive to fat women. What he was saying is that I should be allowed to say how I feel without being fear of repercussion. You see
but that is not the world we now live in, because everybody is in fear of repercussions. Because
right.
And you have to roll back that beautiful bean footage, not just of what you saying today, but what you said 10 years ago.
I know. It's coming back to haunt you. I mean,
right.
Wait a minute. You think they're going to find out about me and that goat?
Which you should be real scared, because you have said all kind of stuff, Django, that might come back and get you.
Look, I'm not running for president.
Because
my first platform.
I'm trying to host the Oscars.
My first platform for running for president would be punch a colonizer in the mouth. But you know, I mean, so I ain't gonna probably get more than I ain't gonna get more than 12% of the vote in the country, because you know that's just what it is. So my thing is, you know, we have to understand that. You're right, and now it's gotten to the point that not only what you're saying now will get you in trouble, what you may have said back when. You know, like I said, they're gonna mess around, find out about me and the goat. But you know, hey, what it is what it is. I ain't ashamed. I ain't ashamed. That's what I'm saying.
The man with no name said it's gonna be a problem for you to put in public too.
Thank you. So
he made a quick appearance.
Yeah, there you go. So, you know, we just having these issues now and in society that everything is just becoming to a point, it's becoming intolerable. And if it becomes intolerable, how do we get to a point that we get back to some sort of normalcy that outside of being just flat out hateful and flat out racist and flat out demeaning, how can we have language where people can kind of speak what they feel and say what they feel? Because if we talk about free speech, you know, that's a double-edged sword, right?
Right. Well, here's my frustration.
Go ahead.
So I don't know if you saw the video of the Asian guy a couple of weeks ago who had gotten his hair. He did something to his hair and ended up making it kind of look like mine.
Okay.
And then you have the young lady who has on the dark makeup and making herself look like she's African American. Then you have all the people who are getting lip injections to make their lips bigger, butt injections to make their butt bigger, cornrows in their
butt
hair.
Injections.
You got all of these rappers, Post Malone, all of them out here rapping that are not necessarily black folks. So they've taken so much of who we are. I feel like at this point, they even want a piece of the oppression. It's like, y'all can't even be outraged. I'm going to figure out a way to make whatever you saying an outrage in my house. So because of that, I'm outraged because baby, it's cold outside is promoting the hate culture. I'm outraged because taking a bull by the horn is the equivalence of racism. It's the equivalence of saying grab a N-word by the toe, because we all know that's what used to be any, many, miny, mo.
Right.
So when you're saying I'm gonna make all of these things be an outrage to me, it's like black people can't have anything, including outrage.
Right.
To me.
Well, I tell you what, if I see that ice cream truck coming down here, I'll shoot it up. If I catch you playing that music.
Mill, you just said what I said earlier. That's exactly the point when I said they're conflating all of those things. Because if you think back, the outrage began with the civil rights struggle and using the N-word. So now everybody has to have their one thing to be outraged by,
Right.
which
Right.
to me is nothing but co-opting a movement, which is what white supremacy
What they always
does.
do.
That's white supremacy. That's exactly what they do.
Well, hold on, Dave. You cannot
That's
say
what
white
they
supremacy
always
because it's
do.
unfair to the people with no melanin. You have to say Caucasoid anguish or angst. That's what you have to say now.
Wait,
That's-
wait,
okay.
Wait, what?
Cotton did what?
He had to say Caucasoid angst.
Okay, let me make sure I clear it up.
Okay.
That's white supremacy.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Okay. So that's what you have to say. Now, we're
I'm a
offending-
disciple of Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. So let me just say it again. So just in case y'all didn't understand what I said, that's white supremacy.
That's white supremacy.
Yeah.
Oh, should I say Caucasoid angst?
Okay.
Yeah. So we can't. They feel that they're
Well,
being
even
discriminated.
what I call it is some flat-foot tomfoolery, and you're not gonna pull the wool over my eyes. I see you.
That's what
I
you're
see
not gonna
you
do.
Coming up with all of these movements every time a black person has a movement.
Right.
You don't hardly hear anything about Black Lives Matter anymore. Ever. You hardly ever hear about it.
Right.
Why? Because then all you started hearing about was Me Too. Right after that.
Right.
And
After
Me Too
black.
has held
Right.
this-
Became Me Too.
Held
Right.
this movement for the last year and a half, 2 years at least, somewhere like that. You
Right.
hadn't heard anything else about Black Lives Matter. So when I see Don Lemon, who's somebody I generally do like, talking about what Kevin Hart needs to do, when in the last 10 years he wasn't even out the closet all of those 10 years.
Right.
So he didn't even feel comfortable with his sexual orientation. How dare you tell him what he needs to come back and do and apologize again?
Yeah, Don Lemon
for
went
what
too
he
far
may
with
have
that.
tweeted
I
or
saw that
said.
video. I had to pass. I'm like, is he really doing this? Now we have to play patty cake. Oh, I can't say that because
that's
that,
And kudos to Kevin Hart for saying, you know what, I'm not doing it again. I'm done. Y'all can take these Oscars. I don't have to host it.
Well, I want to say big
He's
ups for
about
Colin
the-
Kaepernick for not moving on kneeling. I'm glad, and sometimes to stand by what you believe in, even if when you feel it's right, it's going to require you to take some L's in society. That's just because that's the way society is. What's up, Brandon? Oh, black boy.
Exactly. You are. And the funny thing about Kevin Hart is that he is probably the least threatening individual, black individual
he shoe
in the
shines.
country.
Right.
Like, he truly has bought into
Right. He's
the
5
dance
feet.
of trying to fit in.
He ain't put no dress on yet.
He ain't put you're right. He hadn't put a dress on yet.
Right.
Hadn't done that.
Oh,
But
here
if
you
he
go.
is offensive to a group of people, nobody can host the Oscars.
Right.
Because if they're going to start going back to
Right.
what people said 10, 15 years ago, 9,
Right.
8, 5 years ago,
Right.
then every comedian is going to be...
Is going to say something that is offensive, and whose
Every
life,
one of 'em.
when you look at it, doesn't have under a microscope, doesn't have some sort of cracks under it. What's
No.
up, baby boy? Yeah, whose life under it doesn't have cracks in it? So if you're gonna do that, you're gonna get to a country and a society really of some real. I can't even say it because that's not even politically correct. But anyway, so that's my thing. And who wants to
See,
live
that's
in
what
that
I'm
society?
saying. Nobody can say what they really think.
Nobody. Yeah, right. I can't even say that.
He cuss on the Christian radio.
Yes, and definitely can't
You
say it
can
on
say,
Christian radio.
Like,
So
cuss words.
right, you got
You
me
can
out
say
here
cuss
getting ready to
words
curse.
in the Bible.
All right, don't y'all start with that foolishness now. Don't start that foolishness. I told you, y'all ain't want, come on. I'll fight. Okay, so what we gonna do, we gonna take us a break. We gonna come back. I don't know where Stanley at. I better not say nothing because then, I might be discriminating against the people that have 9-to-5 jobs. So we will be back shortly right here, Devil's Advocate.
Okay.
Weddings, birthday parties, family reunions, or even a romantic dinner for two. Black Swan Catering can handle it all. Try our mouth-watering brisket, savory smoked chicken, scrumptious meals and appetizers, or tantalizing sweet treats. We'll customize any menu to suit your needs and guarantee a flavorful and festive event for you and your guests. Check us out at BlackSwanCaterers.com or give us a call at 501-240.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Deacon Django.
Lorenz, a.k.a. Head Samford.
This is Nikki G. It's your girl, Mia Mack, here to tell you your baby is ugly.
This your boy, Stanley. Just want to ask, which one of y'all drank up all the communion and left the crackers? I'm telling you.
And the love child of Morris Cudjoe and Morris Chestnut, Mr. Cudjoe Chestnut. You can listen to us through JoyNet app every Friday morning at 11 a.m.
Everybody ought to go and tell the whole
All right. We are back right here. Devil's Advocate Radio. I don't know, Dave, what you playing with? That Mary Don't You Weep?
No, go tell it on the mountain.
Go tell it. Why you going? No, see that you can't do that because now you're discriminating against tall, mountainous geological things. You can't do that.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, can't do that.
I'm sorry.
And if you play Mary Don't You Weep, I want to know who abused Mary.
The other one I was thinking about was the most latest and the most egregious, in my opinion, is Mark Lamont Hill. What they've done, what CNN did to him.
Yes.
And what you all don't know is that there are some Democratic congressmen, Chuck Schumer is one of them, who are trying to pass legislation that will limit and could cause you to be fined if you speak out against Israel.
Really?
Okay.
See?
So
really?
What Mark Lamont Hill did was simply speak out for an aggression where men, women, and children are being killed on a regular basis by American dollars. Those are our bombs. Those are our jets. And nobody is talking about that.
Right.
So because Mark Lamont Hill said that the Palestinians deserve rights to live in their own land, then CNN fired him.
Right, they fired him.
They're trying to fire him from his job because he was simply speaking facts. So,
and facts matter. Isn't that what they say on CNN all the time?
Apparently not.
Facts matter.
Now, when you go up against the Israeli lobby in this country, and you're right, Chuck Schumer, and see, this is again why I felt, and see, this is every time I'd get a little faith in them Democrats, just a little bit of faith. They let me down because they sit around here and they act like Republican evangelicals, and it's the pro-Israel. And look, I don't got no issue whatever your views on Israel versus Palestine. That's your business. But my point is that this issue with the Israelis and the Palestinians have been talked about over and over again. And you know, I'm tired of Christians because I see so many people, and I'm about to be politically incorrect right now. So you come for me, try to shut my Facebook page down if you want to. Because I don't care, because I got 5 other pages now there. Fool with me if you want to. When I see all these people running around with Israeli flag, let me tell you something, my Christian friends. Sitting around here just trying to back Israel while they're getting ready to go and put little Benny Net and get him arrested for bribery. Okay? It's not going to get you to Heaven's Gate no quicker. Okay, when the Israeli government is committing atrocities against a people, and you sitting around here trying to say, I back Israel because you think somehow that's going to get you a magic gate ticket into heaven. Because half of the Jews that are in Israel don't even have the same religious beliefs that you do, but they'll take your money to help them solve their Palestinian problem. Their Arab problem. So don't sit around here and think, well, you know, you can go to heaven and die and say, well, I supported Israel. And God sit around and tell you, oh, but they were far removed from me at the time.
Hello.
Oh, boy. Anyway. Now come for me. Anyway.
I think the takeaway for sure is that at some point, people with common sense.
Hold on. I think we got to call on me. I think we got to call up. Yes, how you doing? This Devil Advocate Radio. What you want?
Yeah. Hi.
How you doing? Who this?
I'm doing good. Yeah. So is this K-Love?
This who?
No.
Is this the radio station, K-Love?
No, it's not. K-Love? Really? There are people coming up here trying to prank me today because like Cole, now ain't the time. It ain't the time, Cole. This K-Love. I thought one of my exes trying to. Is this Jang? Is my baby daddy? Oop, hang up. 5 minutes? Okay.
Okay, so.
Go ahead, darling.
To me, the takeaway is that until people with common sense start standing up and pushing back on some of these hyper sensitive matters, like, you know, baby is cold outside or any of those things that are really, I mean, you can't help but laugh, but you do have to understand really what's happening here. And so not take it, not decide, okay, this is so silly, I don't even need to dignify with an answer. I think people have to push back and say, don't compare that, because it's not the same.
Right.
It does not promote a rape culture. That's stupid. And to me, women in the Me Too movement are really negating their whole argument when they jump on something that's silly.
Well, you kill the seriousness of it.
You kill the seriousness of it. Right. And the people who want to be on your side, you're making it really hard for them to be on your side when you're finding sexism and racism and all
Rudolph
of these things
being a homophobic
everywhere.
Right.
It's fake news. Like, I hate to take Trump's words, but really, you're creating this outrage for no reason.
Right. And
for no reason. And it's ridiculous.
Right. And then you get mad when people call it fake news. And
Exactly.
And some of it is there's a whole saying, some arguments are just not made to be brought to court. And you know, hey Dana, there are some arguments that they're just not made to be brought to court. Some things just need to be you need to just argue alone in the space in your head in the dark. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Well,
you know, if you have been probably smoking some weed and you watching any of that, I'm sure you can find a lot of stuff that you didn't think about.
Well, see, why you want to hate on the weed?
Now I got to go and get on you on the weed.
Because there are people that use weed for medical purposes. I can't believe you did that.
Right. You can't say that.
See all kind of stuff that you never saw before.
There are people who use marijuana for medical purposes, and the fact that you would go after those people,
right?
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
You ought to be ashamed.
These people need this medication.
Kill yourself down
in order to do all kinds of things, and you have the unmitigated gall to go out after and call them weed heads.
That's right.
That's exactly what you meant.
That's what it
is. You wanted to call them weed heads.
That's what you wanted to do.
Potheads.
Yeah, the devil's lettuce. That's what you were going to call it, wasn't you? That's what you were going to call it. The devil's lettuce. That's what it was.
You know, it makes a lot. It makes a lot of things more visible to you that you wouldn't see if you weren't like.
Oh, is that what it is? No, you can't say that no more. You can't even say that.
When you puffing on the Magic Dragon.
No, you can't even say that. You got to say South American cigarettes, or you got to say that hallucinogenic, pharmaceutical. You got to say something. That's it.
Right. Well, you know what? I want everybody to puff and get over themselves.
That's right.
Take a step back.
And you got to have 5 on it.
It's nothing to be outraged about.
Because you ain't getting mine free. You didn't put nothing on this, man. Nothing. So
make your mind free. Make your mind free.
That's right. Now you got people thinking I'm a dope head. Well, I want to thank everybody, of course. Hey, Ekron, what's up, big boy? This is our show for today. I want to thank everybody for joining in. We got some special guests coming in next week. Hopefully, Head Sanford will be back. He might have grown some hair. I want to thank Miss Woke for joining me in today. Hey, do me a favor. Tell the man with no name, tell his babe that it's cold outside. Anyway,
I will tell him.
You tell them that. You tell his babe that. Tell him it'll work for him. And I want to thank, of course, our elder statesman, Mr. Dave. And Super Dave, Uncle Dave, he's going ready to do his Black Focus right now. And, of course, again, without further ado, another shout-out again to Frank Scott for jamming it here in Little Rock. Congratulations on your win, brother. Hope you many years of success in that position and getting ready to make a change here in Little Rock. And, again, we'll see you guys next Friday. Same bat time, same bat channel. And don't forget, if you can't stand the heat, you cannot come in my facility that cooks and prepares edible, delicious dinner. You guys have a great day, okay? Bye-bye.